Kevin.
Warning: the following video contains strong language which may be offensive to some viewers and/or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only.
Welcome to Everythin Yet Nothin. Here's a hillbilly in eyeshadow who's looking fabulous and talking about anything yet something. Get ready to chew on a blade of sweet grass and talk about a variety of LGBTQ topics to the lifestyle of a gay hillbilly. Watch out, folks. These hills don't just got eyes. They got themselves a vodcast. Now, here's T-Roy.
Hello, and welcome. Okay, so it is still LGBTQ plus Pride Month, and so we're going to talk about a little bit about the history of the homosexuality, LGBT, so on and so forth, Pride throughout the years of our lives and others' lives. For me, instance, I understand some things, like, back in the day, there wasn't like something saying, well, you're bisexual, you're transgender, you're gay, you're, whatever. There wasn't really that. And it was really funny because I watched a episode on Pride, which we are recording. It's a Pride
It's on
show.
FX.
Look it up. It's really cool. It shows all kinds of, milestones throughout the years of, pride and change within the world of which we live in. Years ago, everybody knows a little bit of history of there was ups and downs of the pride history because so much hatred within this whole world has become years ago. And I believe that it was just made up of just people that were miserable within their life. I mean, why else do the whole, be pissed off, hateful to anybody, or treating anybody like crap? I mean, please, come on. It's a new century, it's a new age, it's a new day, so, why not change it to something that we would love to enjoy to live in? We live one life. Why are you going to hate on somebody when they're probably miserable themselves, going through all kinds of depression and anxiety and, just all kinds of other stuff that is mental that you don't even see or realize that person has. So, you got to, really talk to people, really take people in and learn those people. If somebody is interested in learning the differences within life, just ask. That's why we have mouths. That's why we have always had questions throughout the years. I mean, that's way back when, kings and queens and everything. Come on. It's crazy. So I was, so when was you born?
1976.
1976, how was it then?
I have no idea what it was like. I was a baby back then.
That's right.
But I know of, what I know of that history, from what I heard, from what's been portrayed in TV and movies, it was a rough time, a very rough time. I mean, there was also some great things too, because that's, the community really came together. AIDS wasn't on the radar yet.
Right.
That wasn't going on yet, but there was a lot of violence against, people that, human beings.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Totally. I mean, it's ridiculous that somebody would do what has been done, not only to us, I say us as in homosexuals. And hi, Tom. Brother Tom, what up? And so, there have been stories of
we're talking about gay things.
Ted.
We figured we better do a Pride Month episode because we're going to talk about.
I did it just for you.
Glitter rainbows.
Rainbow shirt. I'm filming it today because it's Pride Month. If anybody doesn't know exactly what Pride is, some people have different views. My view is everybody's welcome. Everybody is accepting. at that moment in time. Whether they're accepting later, I don't know. But what matters is we are happy to be who we are, and we are happy to be on this earth as looking at each other as this equal instead of something different or someone different. There has been like so much to do throughout the years of homosexuality and LGBTQ and pride and all that good stuff. So, one of the good things that I have went through is, of course, marriage, same-sex marriage. I actually started bawling whenever I was like, "Oh my God, what? We did it!" I started jumping up and down, like, "Oh my God!" Because it's been such a hard road to change things that, who knows if that's really the way. I mean, you feel it, so you live it. But who is to say that you're not living something else that isn't even close to the way you're supposed to live? Really.
Ted says gay things. Where's my catwalk video? It's been difficult.
It's difficult, Ted. I mean, look at my hair. See, this is how difficult it's been.
So yeah, he says if you don't look up, or if you don't know the history about LGBTQA, look up Stonewall. So Stonewall
Yes.
is in New York, and it's where it was a gay club, a drag club, and it was rated all the time. So finally the drag queen started fighting back.
What he
and
means
it was the
by
drag queens.
rated is they would come in and beat us down and destroy us as just being who we are and showing each other affection. So, we were beat and probably killed back in those days. I mean, it's been throughout the years. Started.
You need a haircut, he says.
Who?
Anyways.
Me? Oh no, honey, it's a new look. Get used to it, babe.
So anyway, speaking of the 70s. So 70s is when it started becoming mainstream on TV. And I mean, some people notice things like we were watching a movie, so show today, and Three's Company.
Oh, yeah.
I thought, I had mixed feelings watching that today. Like, as an older guy, I'm like, all right, well, this is cool. It's progressive. He's supposed to be gay, even though he wasn't. And but then I saw how many jokes there were, how much the landlord guy, Mr. Roper, would say fairy or man.
Mr. Furley, how Mr. Furley treated him made him feel like he was some kind of deviant.
Yeah.
That couldn't control himself.
Right.
And that was perfectly okay back in the 70s. So I'm glad that things have changed.
Yes, things have changed. Whenever I was watching that show the other day, it had what is her name? It was the first trans that came out, and it was like literally she played it completely, and she was the first one that came out. She made some changes within the world of Pride, and I wish I would have remembered, but I didn't, and I don't. So I mean, it was awesome. She was awesome. I also know a little bit about
Harvey Milk.
Harvey Milk.
He said a little bit.
Sorry. So sorry. I was like, Harvey Milk. But yeah, Harvey Milk.
Harvey Milk was the first openly gay person to hold a public office.
Yes.
Which we hold public offices.
We do, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
Yes.
We're the board of trustees for our village.
Trustees of boards of the village of where we live.
Yeah,
Which is awesome.
We've
So
been
many
trustees forever.
So many things.
yeah.
Like about 2 years now.
Well, I've been for 3. I've already had to go.
Yeah,
No, for 2 because
2.
I've already had to go for
And I'm like
re-election.
1.5, 2.
So I got reelected this year.
Hey, Brother Dom. What up? Whoop, 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 whoop. So yeah, so I looked up some info, and I'm going to read some of this info off to you, and maybe you know some of it or heard of it, and if not, then maybe I'll make some. What did I do?
Hit back.
Just that.
Yeah, hit back. See if it takes you back.
There we go.
Got it. Okay, December 10th.
Oh, wait.
Hold on.
Wait.
Wait a minute.
Where are
So
we getting from?
I want to holler out to pbs.org. I looked it up, and that's what popped up. And so,
Yeah, the article
Piece
title and also the article title.
and the article will be Milestones in the American Gay Rights Movement by.
I want to give credit to if it's there. Sometimes these articles are anonymous.
Let's see.
It might be at the bottom.
Okay, might be at the bottom.
So yeah, that sounds like at the bottom.
Anyways, while he looks for that, I will talk about 1982. In 1982, this homo was born.
God, did you say? Oh.
So we were talking about the 60s and 70s, and some of the things that were going on back in the 60s and 70s was entrapment. On up into the 80s,
yes.
Boy George was actually a victim of entrapment.
It was.
So they had hundreds and hundreds of police on task force that would go and entice gay guys in public places, and then as soon as you hear something like "Let's take this to my place," or
really
"You want to go
played it
get a
out
drink at my house," and then boom, you're arrested for soliciting an officer.
And basically,
they would go as far as sitting at the urinal, because that was
Yeah.
back before they had dividers in the urinals, and jack them and have full erections, and and then wait for someone to see, and then entrap them to arrest them.
Yes, which was like horrible back then because it happened a whole lot.
You know, a lot of these places had sodomy laws too.
Yeah,
Yes.
there was sodomy laws. I was gonna bring that up, but I was like, sodomy. But yeah.
We have the little parental advisory.
Oh my god, I know, but still, I'm like, I don't know. It's the way I was born and raised, though, right?
Hey, Tacky Tina.
Tacky
Hey,
Tina
Sheila.
girl. Love you. Harvey.
Tacky Tina, she knows all about being a drag queen that can kick some ass. I bet you.
Oh, yeah. I bet she pulls some wigs off. Bitch. I mean, breach. So I'm going to read off December 10th, 1924. The Society for Human Rights is founded by Henry Gerber in Chicago. The Society is the first gay rights organization as well as the oldest documented in America. After receiving a charter from the state of Illinois, the Society publishes the first American publication for homosexuals, Friendship and Freedom. Soon after its founding, the Society disbanded due to political pressure. And that was in 1924 of December. So we're going to fast forward it to...
It skips
also,
from 24 to 1948.
Before you jump ahead, think about what was going on during that time.
Right?
We just came out of World War I.
Oh, I didn't think that.
So we were on a boom, and we were roaring towards the great crash of the stock market at that time. And so he's setting this up in one of the worst economic times, or he's going through it during one of the worst economic times in history. So, I mean, it's incredibly brave.
Oh, yeah, totally. I mean,
George Michael, thank you, Ted. Not
yes,
Boy
thank you,
George.
Ted.
For Boy George. But
What?
thank you for watching this.
Okay. December 15th, 1950. A Senate report titled Employment of Homosexuals and Other Sex Perverts in Government is distributed to members of Congress after the federal government had covertly investigated employees' sexual orientation at the beginning of the Cold War. The report states since homosexuality is a mental illness, homosexuals constitute a security risk. No.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Constitute a security risk to the nation because those who engage in overt acts of perversion lack the emotional stability of normal persons. Over the previous few years, more than 4,380 gay men and women have been discharged from the military and around 500 fired from their jobs. With the government, that purging will become known as the Lavender Scare. Scar.
Lavender Scare.
Scare. Yeah. So yeah, that was a little bit different.
You have to remember too, nothing in the government's ever not done without a study.
Right.
So the government paid money to do a study on homosexuality in order to produce this document.
Yes.
So what kind of doctors are doing this kind of study?
And what kind of study is it? Like,
Well, you know what the results were. So obviously that homosexuality is a mental illness and it's a perversion and they
Right.
lack
I wonder how they got
stability.
that, from doing the research of humans.
Yeah, I mean, well, obviously there's a lot of pressure on them to give it.
There is a lot of pressure, yeah. And I mean, myself, nowadays, I hope that you feel comfortable enough and strong enough to come out and be who you are.
about this.
It doesn't matter who you are, really. You can be totally straight and be an awesome person and be inviting and welcoming and, not even understand what is going on, but you can still, be nice.
So I also want to talk about, as I said, it's a mental illness.
Yeah.
So there were a lot of people institutionalized for being homosexual.
Yes.
There's been a lot of conversion
Oh,
camps.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Back in
Oh
the
my
50s.
God, you're gay. I'm going to send you to camp and turn you straight. It don't work.
Back in the
Makes it
50s, it
worse.
was still acceptable for electric shock therapy.
We're talking about stuff that goes on today.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And
Well,
it actually works
it-
great. The only reason why I haven't done it is because I won't stop smoking pot. I have to be completely drug clean.
But back then, they
You
turned
know,
it
it's
up
like
to
the
like
electric
100
shock.
and fried the hell out of you.
I mean, I like
Turned
electric
you
shock,
straight,
but
turned you
it's
into
not
a vegetable
therapy.
or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Which is horrible that it really happened back then. And, I mean, it's easier and it's gotten better throughout the years, but
Yeah, and it's like how the mentally
Yeah, it was like-
ill been treated too.
shock the gay out of you. Please, really?
Play the gay
People,
way.
Do you hear this? It sounds so damn stupid that you would even spend that time to even do that. And they probably did by now because it's been years ago.
We're doing good a little bit. Thank you
Hi,
for
little bit.
asking.
A little bit.
Hi, Chanel.
I didn't say hi, just know you're
I'm
kind of behind.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry, Chanel. You can hello me.
So I do want to thank Jason for coming on tonight and joining us.
Yes,
Our
thank you
ally.
so much, Jason. And would you want to plug what
Yes.
show you are doing on WLFB-DD.com or
Well, I have the Bipolar DM show, which is a show about Dungeons and Dragons, indie writing, and living with a mental illness, in particular bipolar disorder, borderline personality disorder, and major depression, among other diagnoses. So we talk about Dungeons and Dragons, and we got authors coming on, and a lot of other people, a whole variety of people in the Dungeons and Dragons industry. And then also we look at mental illness and do education and awareness in our shows. So that's what we're primarily about. And we're on at every Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Central. Also, you can go to my website, www.thebipolardm.com.
Yes.
Thank you.
And it's been so awesome having him on as family, as one of our, we live, of course, he's here, so he lives close.
Yeah.
He's one of our really good friends, and we're
And you
excited
guys
to
are
have
the
him
ones that
on.
got me into this, too.
Well, thank you.
So if it wasn't for, you all, I wouldn't be doing this.
We're so happy that you went along with it. Because not everybody's like, oh my God, really? In front of a camera? What the hell? We were like, yeah, in front of the camera, let's go.
Yeah. That was the hardest thing for me to do was get past being in front of the camera because I did podcasting for 4 years. So I got 4 seasons of podcasts also. And I was always just my voice.
Yeah.
It's so easy to do just your voice. But then when you're on camera, you forget all about it. You can't
Right.
unless you're looking at the camera, like your setup, you naturally do it just by looking at the screen. Mine isn't. My camera is up and to the right.
Yeah.
And so I have to turn it. So I can't look at the screen and see comments,
Oh,
or
right.
if my guest is picking his nose or something like that,
Right.
you know.
What?
I'm gonna have to try that.
But
So we will read another article. Thank you on that bit of info, Mr.
I can
Jason.
tell you a lot about the Cold War too. What was going on there?
Yeah, do
Yeah,
it. Tell
do
us
it.
about the Cold War.
Well, I grew up. I'm a
This is
child
about
of the Cold
Yes.
War because I'm a Navy brat. 3 generations of my family before me have served on active duty in the military, and 1 generation after me is now currently serving in the military on active duty. So, over 4 generations of my family's been in the military, and we were there from before the Cold War started to when it ended. Finally, that was in the Navy then.
Oh wow.
And so during the Cold War, it was us against the Russians, and to grow up knowing that there was an ICBM missile and somewhere in Siberia pointed at your house, because you lived on a military base.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it freaks you out as a kid
I
growing
bet.
up. So no wonder I got fucking bipolar.
Right. I mean, for real.
But yeah, but during this time though, especially when that bill was being when homosexuals were being treated the way they were in the military and the government, it was a security risk because so many places it was illegal to be gay.
Right. Right.
With sodomy laws, with
Yeah.
lewdness laws, stuff like that, and so it was a security risk because you could be blackmailed for it. Because what would happen if you came out? Well, you lose your job, or you get discharged from the
Or
military.
you get killed.
You'd be lucky to get an honorable discharge
Right.
because you're considered to have lied on your application when
Right.
you swore in. When they asked you flat out, "Are you gay?"
Yeah.
Because the military
Really?
did that.
Did
Yeah, they're not anymore.
No.
Back in the day, yeah, that was one of the questions. You had to attest under oath that you were not a homosexual.
So is that why when
That-
Bill Clinton got into the
Don't ask, don't tell came about.
That's why
was
don't ask.
we're not going to ask you, don't tell us, but it's still illegal. Yeah, yeah,
It
and
wasn't-
then finally,
But I could pass
yeah.
through as a straight man. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, and then finally in the military then came out where, everybody, where it was no longer a punishable offense under the Uniform Code of Military Justice. Because there are laws in the military against it too. So, you can spend time in Leavenworth, the military prison, if you're found out as a homosexual and, God forbid, got found in a brothel with men or something like that, and get back to command, and next thing you know, you're getting sued or you're getting charged with a court-martial offense, and so to be kicked out of the military with a dishonorable discharge or less than honorable, and that is worse than being a felon to have a dishonorable discharge, because if the military has to take you to court and kick you out, you must have done something wrong,
Right.
and to get that kind of discharge.
Right.
Hey, Michael. Thanks for
Hi,
finally getting
Michael.
home this time to see us.
Happy Pride Month, girl.
We need to come see you, but you're always busy.
Busy.
You're never at home when we're
Never at
in
home.
your town.
No. Never.
Yeah, my family was in the.
I should know,
Go ahead and
okay.
put that one up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chanel says, my family can be traced back in one war or another back to the 1600s. Wiccan to America as
Indentured servants.
yes.
Basically slaves.
For a debt a duke couldn't pay. Wow. My ancestors were freed after working 25 years here in Colonials.
Nice. Yeah,
Wow.
I can trace my family back to 1766, just a decade before the Revolutionary War. So there's a very good chance that I have ancestors that fought in a Revolutionary War.
Mm-hmm.
They were certainly in America during that time. So, and that's like 3 ancestry.com, which you got for free just to check it out. It's pretty cool to find out your roots because you might be surprised what you might turn up, in your family's lineage. That aunt nobody ever talked about. Maybe she.
Well, I know that I'm a mix between immigrants and indigenous people. Because on my family side, my great grandma came here as a baby from France, and then she married a Cherokee, or no, she married a Choctaw. I don't know. Anyways, a Cherokee and Choctaw. I get one side from one part of the family, and one side of the other part of the family. And I'm German and French. I guess they ain't fun.
I'm Irish, Dutch, Indian, Blackfoot, Cherokee.
Heinz 57.
Heinz 57. I like Heinz 57.
I'm Mexican, English, Scottish, French, and German.
Oh, yeah,
I'm a true mutt. So I'm an American mutt.
American mutt.
We all basically are anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, Michael, I understand working 6 hours or 6-day weeks, 12 to 14 hours a day.
Oh God, the worst shift I had was from 4:30 in the morning until 11 o'clock at night. Doing air medical evacuation as a combat medic.
Oh wow! I did 6 to 6, and there was those types building like little cabins.
I had a psychotic break. Yeah, I think that's what caused it was
I
doing
bet.
that air vac.
Oh yeah.
Because I'd have a mission starting at 04:30 at the hospital to get the patient ready for transport on a medical flight. So we had patients going out, patients coming in, and stuff like that. So I was one of the jobs I had when I was in the Army was to take care of these people on the flights. I met some amazing people too, some amazing veterans. Like I met a Buffalo soldier, one of the last of the Buffalo soldiers. It was just the all-black units.
Yeah.
That can trace their command's lineage back up to the Buffalo soldiers that were out in the West, because nobody wanted to go out there, so who are they going to send?
Right.
Yeah.
That'd be so cool to have family Bibles with every name and marriage, death, and childhood listed.
Oh.
I
Well, it's a lot
would
of
love
family
to be able to have
Bibles
that kind
have
of
in their
family history.
age that list only. Yes. Yeah.
That's what that was. Like
Yeah,
we had one.
births and
It
stuff
was
like that.
on the Shirley side,
Yeah.
and my dad had this car that he left her used for storage, and it was somewhere where kids were just hanging out, and so they broke the window and actually took it. I don't know what happened to it after then, and but yeah, it was the Shirley Bible, and it was like so much info from my side of the family of Shirley's.
Louisiana, right? I'm pretty sure.
Fort Rucker, Louisiana, ma'am.
I think it's in Louisiana. Nice base. Actually, in Monterey, California was the best base I was at. One of the best ones. Washington, D.C., the worst.
Really?
Oh my God, it's a shithole.
Wow.
They didn't want to be their own state and let them.
Yeah.
Alabama, she says.
Okay, Alabama, that's right.
So we just had a friend that went up to Washington, D.C. He's talking about the Pause Act and Pray They Stand Down. It's a movie that he's doing. Guys that watch the show know him because he's been on a couple times, Damien Costello.
Yeah.
So, good luck to you, bud. Can't wait till you get home.
I know, right? We miss you,
Home in
man.
a timely manner. He got stuck on a plane.
Yeah.
Or stuck at the airport.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
The O'Hare airport.
Cancellation.
Oh, which one?
O'Hare.
Oh, here.
I've been to that one, actually.
Oh,
Yeah,
we're gonna come
me
get
too.
you.
It's so big. I went from the Springfield airport,
you
which
should
little
see-
was the first airport ever, to the O'Hare airport.
I should see the one in Atlanta.
They're better than
Atlanta
mine,
is huge.
I look at that.
They have a mall inside it. Inside it.
Oh, wow.
And inside a security area. They have a whole mall.
I'm going to take T-Roy on a plane one day.
Yeah. I get to fly.
Yeah,
I
to
can fly
the island.
Colorado.
I want to. Too high, I wanna lay ya. Oh, I wanna lay ya. What do they say? I'll land on Hawaii and it'll sink the rest of the way. Did you know that it was sinking?
So back to the article by PBS.org. We're going through the timelines. You skipped 62, 58.
Yeah, we don't have time to go through 1,000 years.
Yeah, but I saw something
Well,
on
how about
1962.
we stop at a certain place instead?
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll go.
We can actually find some things that we talked about. 62 said something about sodomy. That's why I said we brought up sodomy.
Sodomy.
We'll still have the 60s then. Yeah,
So while he's fingering my phone out.
All right. And January 1st, 1962, Illinois repeals the sodomy laws, becoming the first United States to decriminalize homosexuality. Wow. 1962. And then when it was 2000s that they did it federally, finally.
Wow.
All right. That's all I wanted to say.
That's all I
Go ahead
wanted
with
to
the
say.
last time you want to go down.
So yeah, whenever I came out, I was like 20. Well, I tried coming out at 18 and it didn't work out because there was way much hate and I was not strong enough to deal with the shit. So it didn't happen until I was like 20, 21. And then I didn't give a shit. I was like, you know what? I graduated high school. I might have my own job, my own car. I was doing my own thing. And I was like, I'm ready to just start living who I am. And I started living who I am because I worked and I would go to work, you know, and I had blonde hair like this. And I had like spray paint and the spray paint, hair
Spray
colors.
color?
Yeah, spray color that you would get around Halloween. So it's almost here. And it was like brindle color. And I had a cutting board, and I did like I cut it out, and then I put it up here, and I would like and it literally was a rainbow. And I would go to work, and I would work with rainbow hair. I went to Harrison, Arkansas, and went into Walmart, and they were like, staring at me. I totally forgot, you know, because it's just hair. I would just do it, and it was all like, whatever. And my best friend was with me and was in there catching out, and the lady's all like, "Oh my god, I love your hair," and I'm all like, "My hair? What's wrong with my hair?" And so I looked at Amanda, and Amanda's like, "Your rainbow?" Oh, thank you so much. I had like no idea. I forgot that I even did it. So, you know, and she was like, "I noticed that you have some eyeballs," and I was like, "It's all good. Thanks, staring at somebody else. They're staring at me, so it's all good."
Hey, Vinny, Brendan Buck, love and miss you too.
I'm Brendan Buck.
When's that baby coming home?
Yeah. That's our nephew. That had our great nephew.
Yeah.
Great nephew. So cute too. He says I miss you.
Love and miss you too.
So let's go back to the articles of.
Actually, let's do a commercial real quick.
Let's do a commercial real quick, and then we will do some. What's that stuff?
What?
merch.
And we will also do a merchandise commercial, I believe.
It's all on this one.
It's all on this one. So we
WLFE Digital Broadcast Network is on TV. You can watch all of our shows on WLFE-DB.com. Check out our channels. Paranormal View for all of your paranormal type shows. LGBTQ Friends for all of our LGBTQ shows. Variety Unlimited for all other shows. It runs 24/7 right on WLFE-DB.com. You'll even catch the lives, all in one place. Never miss an episode, past or future. WLFE-DB.com, where our shows are your shows. Search for your favorite shows like Where's My Sage, Inside the Drag Closet, Across the Pond, Everythin Yet Nothin, Paratalk Radio, Step into the Paranormal, The Creepy Parlor, Just Cindy, and more. Now you won't miss an episode. Remember, follow Facebook Live and YouTube Live. Make sure you subscribe and follow your favorite WLFE-DB radio shows.
You can find our shows where you listen to your favorite podcasts, like Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and more. WLFE DB Radio is looking for podcasts to join our family. You don't have to fit any strict genre. We're a plethora of shows. If you're looking to jump on a growing network, then contact us at WLFEDBradio@gmail.com.
Wow, Amazon Music just got a whole lot better. Your favorite shows from WLFE DB Radio can now be found there. Yes, we are on Amazon Music, found under podcasts. Download the app, find podcasts, and search all of your favorite shows. Shows like Where's My Sage? Across the Pond, Everything Yet Nothin, Skeptical Help Bar, The Creepy Parlor, Just Indie, and much more. Now you don't have to miss an episode ever. Amazon Music is WLFE DB Radiofied.
More from WLFE DB Radio Network after this.
Hey guys and dolls, this is Casey DeVille, the better half of DeVille Inc., Baltimore, Maryland. If you're ever in Baltimore, stop in and see me and Tony. Invisible Bree, 5920 Eastern Avenue, Baltimore, Maryland, 21224. Give us a call if you're in the area at 410-400-9641, or look us up on the web at DeVilleInc.com. DeVille Inc., where we specialize in you.
Oh, yeah. Life just got sweeter now that WLFE DB has merchandise. Show your support by purchasing your t-shirts for WLFE, Paratalk Radio, Inside the Drag Closet, and more. But it doesn't stop there. T-shirts, coffee mugs, tanks, buttons, cloth bags, and more. Go to WLFE-DB.com. On the top bar, click on the merchandise tab and bam, there you go. You got merch. Support the shows. WLFE-DB.com.
You're listening to WLFE DB Radio. Now, back to our program.
Hello, and welcome back. As you can tell, there is some merch on there. Go and check it out because it is so awesome. There is Everythin Yet Nothin. Cryptid. Shit. Brain fart.
You're gonna say Cryptid Crusaders.
Okay, Cryptid Crusaders was
Guys, you can get merchandise from any of the shows on WLFE-DB Radio.
Yeah. Cryptid Crusaders actually started me out on any of this. We were filming for some skits going on in the show, and so I got on with a friend that was on the show as well. Got become really good friends and brothers, and so we thought, why the hell not get a show? And so we started a show, and then he went off to do his thing, which is awesome. He's doing wonderful. And then I pretty much took this over, and my co-host became my co-host.
My co-host became my husband.
My husband became my co-host. And my co-host became my husband. So, we are going to now talk about the Stonewall patterns of the Stonewall and then Greenwich Village riot when police officers attempt to raid the popular gay bar around 1 a.m. Since its establishment in 1967, the bar had been frequently raided by police officers trying to clean up the neighborhood of sexual deviants. Angry gay youth clashed with aggressive police officers in the streets, leading to a 3-day riot during which thousands of protesters received only minimal local news coverage. Nonetheless, the events will be credited with reigniting the fire behind America's modern LGBT rights movement. And that was in 1969, June 28th.
The Summer of Love.
The Summer of Love. I don't know.
If you're going to skip ahead, skip ahead to 69.
69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69. 69 77. That's the year I was born, so let's check this out. Singer and conservative
Southern Baptist Anita Bryant leads a successful campaign with the Save Our Children crusade to repeal a gay rights ordinance in Dade County, Florida. Bryant faces severe backlash from gay rights supporters across the U.S. The gay rights ordinance will not be reinstated in Dade County until December 1st, 1998, more than 20 years later.
Wow. Yes, November 8th, 1977. Harvey Milk wins a seat on the San Francisco Board of Supervisors and is responsible for introducing a gay rights ordinance protecting gays and lesbians from being fired from their jobs. Milk also leads a successful campaign against Proposition 6, an intuitive initiative forbidding homosexual teachers. A year later, on November 27, 1978, former city supervisor Dan White assassinates Milk. White's actions are motivated by jealousy and depression rather than homophobia.
And I did say earlier, guys, that Harvey was the first openly gay elected to the seat. That is not correct. In January 1974, Kathy, say that name.
Kazuchenko. Okay.
It looks
Kazuchenko.
Japanese, so I figured you would know it.
No, I think it's Russian. Actually, Russian. Kazuchenko. Yeah.
Anyway.
Kazuchenko.
Kathy Kazuchenko becomes the first openly gay American elected to public office when she wins a seat on the Ann Arbor, Michigan City Council. So that was 3 years before Harvey Milk, so I apologize for the wrongful meeting.
May 21st, 1979, Dan White is convicted of voluntary manslaughter and is sentenced to 7 years in prison. 7 years? Are you freaking kidding me? Like, ridiculous.
What? He just killed a homo.
Oh, I know, right?
So, it's the 70s.
Okay. 70s. Almost 80s.
This isn't very PC, but I've been known to say, and I've said this to a lot of my black friends too, that gay was the new black. Because we had to fight for our rights.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's nice that you take a whole month though to remember that too.
Right.
Exactly.
Well, not just
because pride is more than
Nothing
just a bunch of gay people being out and
Yeah.
about and saying, "Hey, I'm gay, get over it." Because we've had to fight for these rights. Well, not us.
All of our lives.
and let this be a springboard. So I mean, don't just celebrate just for 1 month. Celebrate 365 days a year.
Exactly.
You know.
I feel that every time that we put a hater in their place, we celebrate Pride Month.
Yeah. Angel gets
That's
his
every other
wings.
day. And the rainbow. Oh my God, rainbow. That's the gay man. Outraged by what they believed to be a Clint sentence, more than 5,000 protesters ransacked San Francisco's City Hall, doing hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of property damage in the surrounding area. The following night, approximately 10,000 people gathered on San Francisco, Castro, and Market Streets for a peaceful demonstration to commemorate what would have been Milk's 49th birthday. Wow. July 3rd, 1981, the New York Times print the first story of a rare pneumonia and skin cancer found in 41 gay men in New York and California. The CDC
initially refers to the disease as GRID, gay-related immune deficiency disorder. Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
When the symptoms are found outside the gay community, Bruce Varler, biologist and founder of the National Gay Task Force, successfully lobbies to change the name to AIDS. Ooh, here's one of the great year. March 2nd, 1982, Wisconsin becomes the first U.S. state to outlaw discrimination on the basis of sexual orientation. Whoop whoop!
Who was born in the 80s?
1982, honey. So we will fast forward to May through June 1988. The CDC mails a brochure understanding AIDS to every household in the U.S. Approximately 107 million brochures are mailed. The World Health Organization organized the first World AIDS Day to raise awareness of the spreading epidemic.
And that was December 1st, 1988.
You know, it kind of sucks, and I have to say this because they said something about the whole AIDS coupon by homosexuals. I feel that that's just ridiculous. So, sorry, it didn't happen like that.
It's as ridiculous as saying that I'm not going to say it, student.
Right? So, anyways, that was wrong. Not right. Sorry. 1991, created by the New York-based Visual AIDS, the red ribbon is adapted as a symbol of awareness and compassion for those living with HIV and AIDS. December 21st, 1993, the Department of Defense issues a directive prohibiting the U.S. military from bearing applicants from service based on their sexual orientation. Applicants shall not be asked or required to reveal whether they are homosexual, states the new policy, which still forbids applicants from engaging in homosexual acts or making a statement that he or she is homosexual. This policy is known as Don't Ask, Don't Tell.
When I went into the military, it was don't ask, don't tell. Because they actually had to, they still were using the old, when I went in 96, they were still using the forms that had on the question on there, are you a homosexual? And they had to draw a line straight through it. They didn't print new ones yet. So even though it was,
3 years old.
Yeah. They never bothered to print. That's how slowly things move in the military sometimes.
Wow.
But yeah, I mean, because like right now we're like on 386 computers, those old 386s.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, Chanel. They even called it gay cancer.
And Chanel adds, sadly, they didn't even test blood for the AIDS until Ryan White contracted it as a 9-year-old boy.
Yeah. That's really sad. So,
but yeah, we got this vaccine in the air.
Yeah. May 20th, 1996. That was the year after I graduated high school. In the case of Romer v. Evans, the United States Supreme Court decides that Colorado's Second Amendment denying gays and lesbian protection against discrimination is unconstitutional.
Unconstitutional. Calling them special rights.
Yeah. September 21st, 1996. President
Everyone's
Clinton.
about your hair. Sorry, not to mean to cut you off, but Rick White pops up here. Do you remember your hair?
Hi, Rick. Oh, you'll see tomorrow, too. It's my new look. Sexy, isn't it? Probably not. It's like a windblown day. I was all like, I got up, I was really lazy, didn't want to do shit. So, got up, got in the car.
He got up, looked at his hair, and was like, oh, that's cute as shit.
And so I just fixed it more throughout the day and stuck it up all over. I want to be a rock star today.
Yeah, I walked in the door and I thought he did that on purpose.
They estimate that 200,000 people got it from blood transfusions, most of them being elderly people. Oh, wow. See, I didn't even know that, Chanel.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank you
That
for
is
sharing.
what this show's about.
It is
Sharing,
absolutely.
caring, and learning.
Yes. Opening eyes and changing minds.
One thing it did do is because of the what had happened to the blood banks, is it got them very much to work more quickly in response to a bloodborne pathogen. Because before then, they were so behind the ball. That's why, when it happened with the young boy and stuff like that, they took forever getting around and turning that big behemoth of the organization. But now, when there's a new bloodborne pathogen, they're on it like that, screening for it, stuff like that, and so that will never happen again, or we reduce the odds of that happening again, because it will always happen.
Right.
All you can do is reduce the odds.
And they're still looking for a cure, and they do have medicine out there to slow down the process and make it easier for those that are ill.
And they have some out there.
And I feel for all of you, and I love you all. Peace and love to each and one of you, because I can just imagine if you ever need somebody to talk to, reach out to me. I'm here. I got ears. I'll listen.
And also, there's medicines out there now for preventing it.
Yes.
I think it's the Prevnar 13.
Prevnar, and then there
And there's a
is.
second one out there. But,
Truvada
if you're in a relationship,
No,
and
Truvada
you
is
think
no
that,
longer.
if you or your partner has AIDS, there's treatment out there so that you can still have a full and intimate life.
Yeah.
Just talk to your doc about it.
Oh, yeah. Totally.
And now, once you get to and stay to undetectable, you cannot transfer it through sex.
Right.
But you have to stay undetectable. That means you have to keep taking your medications.
Yes.
And you have to
Regularly.
keep doing your blood work regularly.
Every time you need to.
You got to take care of yourself, guys. Self-care is
And take care of
self-awareness.
others, too. Don't be all like some of those assholes that ain't going to tell you shit, and then, oops, guess what? That's bullshit. Don't do that.
Thank you, Becky. We love you too. Becky
Thank
says
you,
great
Becky.
talk tonight. Love y'all. We just got to see her at the lake the other day.
Yes. So glad to see her on here. Thank you all. It makes me feel so good to know that you all care much about us to want to watch our show. We try to make it a good show and more learning than anything else, and real, because there is nothing fake about this.
And we like the idea of last week's show. We just got to do it when we have better reception.
Yeah,
or
and
when
more
it's not a
light.
busy day.
So we're gonna invest in it. Yeah, it's always awesome to invest in something. So if you want to be my sponsor, holler. We do commercials for all kinds of businesses that you are interested in. So if you would like to be a sponsor and help me build this studio and show up, then I would be more than grateful to.
Hey, Danny. Hey, Chloe. Yes,
Hi,
Chloe.
Chloe.
It is a full moon tonight, so all you pagans out there,
Hi, Danny.
Skyclad's where it's at.
Let the neighborhood see you.
Okay, if you know where I live, don't go by here because I'm going to take my clothes off, which is like the full moon. Like a birthday suit. Dance around in a circle, build a fire, kill things. Not really. Ugh. Could you imagine? I don't know why I'd rather maybe I don't know. Full moon, that's right. Could you imagine killing something and using that blood to drink? I'm sorry, but what?
Well, I am now. Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
And so is everybody watching.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know if it's true, but back in the day, it's supposed to be said that you did hocus pocus and all that crap by killing something using the blood to drink out of a cup, kind of thing.
I
A
thought you just
deer.
drank it from the
A
animal.
deer, yeah. Drink. Really?
Yeah, cut the heart out, eat it.
Okay, so I went deer hunting as a little one, and my daddy cut out the heart, and he's like, "Here, eat this." I was like, "Oh no,
Chewy, isn't it?
no!" I started crying and ran off. I was like, "Ah!" Yeah, never did. That's why I did not kill a deer. I killed deadwood. You like hunting, don't you?
No, I never hunted.
What?
Never in my life.
Really?
Well, I'm on a military base. They don't give us guns. They're afraid that we'll use them.
Never hunted.
So, Chloe, if you are still watching,
No, I'm a combat medic.
Tonight-
I don't do that.
Manifest
bullet
employees,
holes.
just like we talked about.
Nice. Wow.
Yeah, we don't.
I
I mean, everybody
I
else.
told
is trying-
Chloe if she's watching still tonight, manifest employees, just like we talked about.
Yes. Bring employees to every McDonald's, especially Hollister, in Branson, Missouri, and Hollister, Missouri. So come and check it out. Check it out.
I wonder
You
what
might
time's that be for the Superman, for it to be looking pink.
Chanel the time.
Chanel, girl, we are talking. Chanel.
Me too, girl. I got my day already going.
Yeah.
Oh. So yeah, guys. Speaking of work, if you don't have work, go get a job.
Yeah.
Everyone needs employees.
Yeah.
The people that have worked this whole time are working extra hard now because no one wants to work.
Yeah.
So please, go get a job.
It's fine.
Help the people out
Get 'em.
that have been
Get
working
'em.
this whole time.
Yeah, it's also
I can
look
see
at
why
it helps you out too at McDonald's waiting in line. There's a reason why the line's like 3 times as long. It's because the lobby's not open because you don't have enough employees.
So,
it
Oh.
helps
and that's
you out,
every
too.
restaurant everywhere. If you don't want to wait anymore, tell your friends it's the service worker. Go
Yes.
get a job there.
Go get a job.
I'm tired of waiting at IHOP. Let's
So
go and get a job.
People act like there's like something COVID, something going on.
Oh, it's over now. It's 2021. That was whole last year thing.
Right.
Oh,
I knew. I told him too. I knew it was going to be this way. I was like, watch. Now next year, everyone's going to be like, all right, COVID's over. Let's go enjoy life, and we're not going to have what we need. And guess what?
Yeah.
It happened. Sometimes I'm psychic. I don't like to be when it's like that. I like to be psychic when I'm like, ooh, it's going to be a beautiful, wonderful day, and the world is going to be great.
Yes.
Usually when I wake up
That's
like
not
that,
being-
it turns to shit quick.
It's not being psychic, it's knowing human nature.
Yeah.
Because we've done this before.
Well,
Look at what happened Y2K.
I wouldn't know about Y2K.
Oh, we love you too.
Because, you
Love
know,
you too.
Y2K, I was...
Oh my god, it was the end of the world. I remember it. I was like, I went out and got all kinds of shit. I dug me a hole in my yard, and I put food and water and
Nope,
whatever else I needed to like survive. And I didn't make it big enough for myself, of course, but I don't know how this is supposed to be surviving whenever it was Y2K1, whatever. And I was dead.
I went to my grandparents' house and had a big-ass party. Like...
You didn't invite me?
Didn't even know you then. Ended up making out with my aunt's boyfriend and...
So anyway, look at
The
my
whole
eyeballs.
thing.
I know you got her.
Yeah, see, Chanel's man never stopped working either.
Yeah. Some didn't.
Full-time mommies, that's the hardest job in the world. I tell you what, you people with kids, I don't understand why you wanted them, but kudos to you.
Yeah.
Jason says that's the best job he's ever had.
Yeah. If you need an uncle, we're here. Only.
People make the mistake of thinking that I like kids because I do like the kids in my family and my friends.
You like other people.
I deal with them,
Yeah.
you know, and then the kids in my family, I can smack them upside the head and be like,
Yeah.
straighten your ass up. But
We would not
When it
ever
comes to
do
other
that.
kids,
This show is
I was very
no
close.
animal or no child was nothing.
no child was abused in the making of this show.
Yes.
We need that as
Oh,
a
yeah.
We need that as a banner too.
Right.
And no animals were harmed.
No animals were harmed.
No children and no animals
No
were
children,
harmed.
no animals. Hi, Elijah.
Sure, hacky sack at
Yes.
our place on Saturday. Sure,
Woo-woo.
I'll be at
Hacky sack. I don't know if y'all know what hacky sack is, but it's a sack that you kick around with your balls.
That would hurt.
No. That just came out. You kick it with your feet and your like shoulders and your head and every part but your hands. And it is so much fun because it has like little babies in it and it's soft, and we used to play it all the time. Because growing up in a small town, we didn't have much to do, so we'd gather at like 1 o'clock in the morning and just hang out on the street of Main Street in where I was from, and we played like beach ball, and we did hockey, and we got up to like 10 people at one point in time, and that was a big ass circle. And let me tell you, it's not easy to do hacky sack with a big ass circle.
No, it's not. All right, well, let's get back to
Do you
the
know what
article
hacky
at
is?
pbs.org.
More from PBS.org. Woo!
April 26, 2000. Vermont becomes the first state in the U.S. to legalize civil unions and register partnerships between same-sex couples. 3 years later, in Lawrence versus Texas, the U.S. Supreme Court rules that sodomy laws in the U.S. are unconstitutional. August 9, 2007, sponsored by the Human Rights Campaign, the Logo Cable Channel hosts the first American presidential forum focusing specifically on LGBTQ issues, inviting each presidential candidate. 6 Democrats to participate in the forum, including Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama, while all Republican candidates declined. Oh my gosh, imagine that.
Right.
June 17, 2009, Obama signs a presidential memorandum allowing same-sex partners of federal employees to receive certain benefits. The memorandum does not cover full health coverage. In 2009, October 28th, Matthew Shepard Act is passed by Congress and signed into law by President Obama. On October 28th, the measure expands the 1969 U.S. federal hate crime law to include crimes motivated by a victim's actual perceived gender, sexual orientation, gender, identity, or disability. Matthew Shepard was tortured and murdered near Laramie, Wyoming on October 7, 1998 because of sexual orientation.
Don't get me started on that, because that was in my lifetime, and that pisses me off because, you know,
And, of course, in February 23, 2011, President Obama states his administration will no longer defend the Defense of Marriage Act, which bans the recognition of same-sex marriage. And with a 5-4 decision, Overall versus Hodges, the U.S. Supreme Court declares same-sex marriage legal in all 50 states. And that is the end of our milestones by PBS.org. So check it out, PBS.org.
PBS.org. And next on Everything Yet Nothin, we are talking and shooting the shit. So, I haven't said anything to anybody, but I entered a contest. And within this contest, I placed, I was first one, and I won.
Oh, yeah,
So I go up against 7 others here in like September. And then I go up against another person that is also doing it in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, at the Shamrock Bar downtown, which I was at last year. And there is a lot to do with the winning of this. So if you want to like come and check me out and support me, I would love that. And that is at the Branson Star Theater off of 76th Highway in Branson, Missouri, behind the Olive Garden and a dome building. It's beautiful.
Has a globe in the front.
Yeah, a globe. Like, yeah. You lost. You got a problem. Because
What's it next to?
It's right behind Olive Garden and
IHOP.
Yeah. That's what I thought. I was
Schlossky's.
sure.
You actually turn between Olive Garden and Schlossky's to get down into it.
And I go there every Friday and Saturday night around 10 o'clock. There's open
It's
karaoke. Beautiful. Oh my God, it's
Yes,
huge
great.
chandeliers, and it's just absolutely amazing. You get to sing with some of the artists and performers that are all over Branson and come to Branson that are country singers, country western, hip hop, just all kinds. And it's really
And
awesome.
everybody's welcome there.
Everybody is welcome there.
They let
Like I
his
said,
name let in.
I mean, so anybody that will let my fabulous behind in is fabulous themselves. And thank you all. Mwah.
Oh, speaking of fabulous, I found my favorite new Scentsy smell. Be Fabulous.
Oh my God. And now you're just telling me
I told you
And I
this morning.
smell it in here.
Because I turned
wait
it
a
off.
minute.
You were telling
Because
us.
my incense over here. Okay. So we are at the end of our show tonight. Please come back and watch next Thursday as we have more talk of everything, yet nothing. Peace and love to each and every one of you. Be a rainbow. If you're not a rainbow already, become a rainbow and help somebody else be a rainbow too. Please reach out if you have anything that you need help with whatsoever. Please don't kill yourself. There are help out there.
And how would
Sorry.
where would you reach out? Where is Safe Space at?
1-800-SAFE-SPACE on WLFE-DB.com.
Safe Space on the Let's let Jason.
I had to
Safe Space.
okay. Second one.
Okay. We're proud supporters of Safe Space. And Safe Space is a virtual place that you can go to if you are in crisis.
Yes.
If something's going on in your life, now here's the disclaimer though. We're not doctors,
No.
psychologists, or
No.
psychiatrists.
No.
We are not even here to solve your problems.
No.
We are here though to listen. That's it.
Yes.
Listen and not judge.
No.
So whatever you're going through, reach out to somebody, anybody. Reach out to us, any one of us.
And that goes for anybody. It does not. There's no difference. There is no difference. Everybody's the same. So that goes out to everybody. That's what I'm here for. Even if it's myself, you know how to get a hold of me, and I will listen to you, no matter when, where, or how. Just
And
let me
if you need to get a hold of me, my email is thebipolardm@gmail.com. And so I get those, I check it out frequently. It goes straight to my inbox. So it's not like sitting in some back room with a goblin, who's
Right.
managing it. I actually read my emails. So.
Yeah, me too.
And everybody, thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Chloe, for showing
Yes,
up.
Chloe.
I know
Thank you
you got
all, every one of you. Thank you. I love you all.
And
We love you
Chanel?
all.
We'll be watching you.
Yeah.
She says she's going to go back to selling her rocks and crystals next week, guys. So catch Chanel Fletcher.
Yes,
She goes
and we'll
live.
see you, Brother Dom, and Mr. Ted, and
Check us out on stream, LGBTQ Friends channel.
yes.
And
Also, www.thebipolardm.com. And so where you can find my previous episodes of my podcast and also the new show when that's showing.
Yes, and tune in every Thursday at 9 Central, 10 Eastern on WLFE-DB.com. Everything, nothing without the cheese, baby. No yet. And T-Roy, Shirley Bone. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Snapchat.
have Snapchat,
Nope,
Twitter,
not yet. No
Instagram,
Snapchat.
everything. Yeah.
Everything but Snapchat. We'll Snapchat it later. Figure all that out. Yep. Be a rainbow.
Thank you
Peace
for
out.
joining T. Roy and a special guest here on Everythin Yet Nothin. Tune in next Thursday at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central for another episode you won't want to miss. Until next time, be a rainbow in someone's life.
Like and follow us on Facebook at WLFE DB Radio.
Yeah.
Hi, and we are